It's a time of sharing
Would you
experiences.
have loved to go there as a youth? I know I would have loved to because I remember growing up, one of my young sisters used to go to a gender specific school, not boarding. And I used to wonder, how did that feel like being in a school where it's just girls or something like that? What experience? Like, do they have a rich experience as much as we that are in a mixed school? So today in the studio on the Ames podcast, we have a celebrated, a professional.
Who are you? Have you told us who you are
They
before you
know
start
me.
introducing
I am the
other
city
people?
presenter. I am Mariam Salvan, and of course with me is Hajia
Amina
Amina
Muhammad.
Muhammad.
And together we are going to be riding on this program today. I hope you are ready for us. Yes, like she said, we have delectable people in the studio. We said it's an all-inclusive conversation.
Of course.
She's not new. She's been here before.
Uh-huh.
When you talk of quality assurance, education quality assurance,
Yes.
when you see her, say you know that this is a quality person.
Drum rolls. So join us to welcome Hajia Amina Sani in the studio.
Tired, but not tired.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then she was the acting DG of Education Quality Assurance, Lagos State Ministry of Education. You're welcome to the program. Thank you for having you again.
Thank you very much for welcoming into Ames podcast. I'm actually delighted to be with you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really
Also
appreciate
joining
the
us in the studio, we are talking about boarding school. We just thought we should make it an all-inclusive.
Of course.
Both of you are wearing green. What was about green today?
Representing Nigeria.
Oh, good. We are talking Nigeria. It will be good. We have Master Galib Shofenwa. He is of SS2, the First Criterion College. He is a boarder. That's what they call those in the boarding school.
Yes, they call
I
them
remember
boarder.
those days. Me, I've experienced both gender specific and mixed boarding school. We'll be sharing the experiences later on.
And of course, we also have a guest joining us virtually.
Yeah.
We have Madam Oyeko on set, ready for us.
Yes, let me tell you about her.
Uh-huh.
She's one of those that would tell us what the boarding experience is decades ago.
Wow.
Because our interaction previously shows that she also was a good product of boarding school way back in Kaduna. She's from the Nupe origin, and you can see the mixture of our conversation today.
Yes.
We greet you, ma. She is Alhaja Fatima Oyekon, the pioneer head of schools of Crescent Schools. You're welcome, ma. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hajia Oyeko, can you please put your phone on landscape so we have a broader view of your setting? We have a clearer view of you.
Okay, so while we are at that, what about this topic? Can you?
Well, I find it quite
reminiscences can you
interesting.
have?
I find it quite interesting. Number one, the people we are bringing on board, especially because we have someone here to
Gen
speak on
Z.
behalf of
Does
the
he
young
qualify
ones.
to be a Gen Z?
No,
he's
these
still
ones are like
aspiring.
Gen Alpha or Gen Beta. What year are you?
Alpha,
So it's very exciting
it's
to have
Gen
him right
Alpha.
here.
not Gen Z.
So I love that we have you here on set. Thank you so much for joining the Ames podcast. And of course, we want you to speak on behalf of all of you. So how are you finding boarding school thus far? Wait. If you had a choice, would you have preferred to be at home, to school from home, like going to school back and forth?
Yes,
All right.
because for everything there will be an advantages and disadvantages.
That's a smart one right there.
So for being a boarding student, it gives me more time to study,
Okay.
to read. Unlike when I'm at home, when you decide that you want to read, that can be when someone will call you that.
What do you mean, someone, mommy or daddy? You know, someone. That's
Older
what mommy will say.
siblings.
Older siblings.
Mommy can say
Uncle,
come and do this,
auntie.
daddy can say come and do that. But unlike when you are in school, you have a fixed time that this time is for reading, this time is for sleeping, this time is for playing and all that.
That's true.
And
true.
for being, I would have preferred to be a day student, probably in terms of food.
Say a
that
foodie.
Okay,
That's
let's
very
hear from
interesting.
all the quality assurance. You know, being a quality assurance
Professional,
director,
yeah.
DG, must have gone through all the schools in Lagos State, both day, boarding. Tell us, Haja, how do you position this topic we are discussing in terms of your portfolio that you are not tired of, though you are retired?
It's actually a relevant topic. Let me start by greeting our audience. Do I say Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh?
All encompassing.
And also appreciating all of us for being here. This topic is quite relevant, and it's even a topic that is really necessary for discussion at this time, because we have issues concerning this topic. Boarding house ordinarily is supposed to be the end thing, because traditionally the children you put in the boarding house are children that you want to get the best, to go and emulate the people there, and what they cannot get from home they are able to get from the school. It's like be there, immerse everything.
Really, Aja, I'm still coming to that, but I want you to run. No. Yeah.
No, it's like you want to immerse the child
Okay.
in the school system. You know, boarding house is a formal, is where you give formal instruction, and the environment too is also structured, just as he said.
Jalibas mentioned.
Just yes, that there is time for every. It is a structured environment. You have time for everything. Then, because these are children that you are putting in it gives them early independence. Early independence when they are in the boarding house, or it is expected to, because what we have now may not be so. It is expected to give them this early independence, and also work on their social interaction, because they wake up and sleep in the school. The community they have and they know is the school. So you see them bonding with their friends and taking relationship beyond the classroom. And
Is that not the case? I'm so sorry for cutting you off right there. Is that not the case usually, traditionally, when we have a more communal setting of growing up, we have, you know, neighbors, families, extended family life settings, and then people are able to, you know, the Yoruba people will say, "Ojume lombi mo igba oju lomba nito." So do we have to send our children to the boarding house
even in
before we
the
achieve that?
boarding school, you have more than Igba Oju that takes because all the teachers are there, and they also have their peers influencing their characters, and because they are also in that structured environment that has lined up all programs for them. It is easier for them to blend. Also in the boarding house, it's a place where they easily blend academics with extracurricular activities without stress. Unlike at home that mommy can say, "Oh, Gali, please come and help me to run this errand. Come on." There's no such thing. Once they say wake up at 6:30, is at 6:30 you wake up. You eat at 8 a.m. The 8 a.m. you are already in the dining, and you learn to meet up with that timing.
You can say that again.
You learn to meet up with that timing.
Yes.
Unlike at home. Then the stress of traffic, you know, boarding house has its merits. It has its merits, and you cannot overemphasize those merits.
But would we say the merits are more favorable to the parents or to the pupils, to the students?
That depends on the family dynamics.
Okay.
But I will always say, in the choice of which school should my child go, the child should be the focus of that,
which will benefit him or her more.
Yes, it should be more about the child than us.
Okay.
At the same time, when you look at the family dynamics, like young parents, they live in the rural part of Lagos, they work on the island. Both of them, the father and the mother, they need to leave home maybe 5 a.m., get to island around 8. They have a child that needs to resume school at 8. They won't come back home at until maybe 7 or 8 in the evening. And the child will have come back from school by 2 p.m. So for that type of family dynamics, I experienced that.
Okay.
The child are better off in the boarding school.
Okay, but from the what you have enumerated now, it's not about parents shirking their responsibility.
No, no,
I
no.
was about to come to that place. So
Because in the true sense, when a child is still in the family, do you know even boarding house now? They start from even nursery, primary.
6
You
years old.
understand? That is a formative years, vulnerable, that parents should bond with their children. Have you witnessed that during your sojourn?
Yes, we have primary boarding schools too.
Oh my
We
God.
have. We have. But just like I have said, you know, when you have that type of family dynamics, then you must cherish the visiting days. You know, because if you are not careful, the child will feel abandoned. And it can actually affect the psyche of that child growing up. But let the child know that it is not because I don't have time for you. It is for you to be able to get the best out of life. And when they say PTA, please create that time to be there so that you are still involved in the development of your child. If they say visiting day, don't joke with it. Let the child, in fact, in my family,
It's a competition.
it is not. It's like a family picnic where we have a child in the boarding house. On the visiting day, every member of the family will go.
Interesting.
And we'll prepare meals that will last us for the day. We'll get there on time and we'll be one of the last parents to leave because we actually want to bond. We know that we have missed this child for about a month. And during those days, my family, extended family, they know me. When they put any family program, they know that she will not come if it clashes. Ask her, in fact, they will say, ask her, she does not clash with her children's visiting day. Because I always tell them, you see your children every day. I see mine only once in a month. So I cannot afford to miss those special days. They look forward to it. I look forward to it. Every member of my family look forward to it.
Okay, Gandhi, from what she has said,
Yeah.
share your experience with us, visiting day, coming to the boarding and all of that. How often do your parents come around to visit you?
Because I live very close to the school, so
Okay.
I can say it's much easier for them to come when it's a visiting day, even though when it is not, they would have loved to come, but it is not part of the policy of the school.
Okay.
Because it's not going to be accepted that the parents will just come on a regular basis. And for the PTA, my mom specifically attends the PTA every time. Every time.
How long have you been in the boarding school?
Over 5 years.
Oh, from year one. Wow. Do you miss? Okay, let's compare with when you were not a boarder, maybe from primary. Do you miss the home front, or is it a relief for you to be in the boarding school and look forward to probably the holidays?
It's a relief for me to be in a boarding school, and of course I want to go home because there are some things I want to do at home. Maybe like I know when I'm at home, I can have free access to other things
Like television or telephone.
And that is one good thing that the boarding protects them from.
Yes.
The springtime, social media presence. You know, it is actually regulated at the boarding house, unlike them being carried away, being lost into other things that do not concern them.
Okay, I'm still with you now. During holidays, do you get to share thoughts and experiences with other people from other boarding schools? What's the conversation like?
I don't
Just level.
I don't really have friends that attend boarding school. Most of my friends, they also
So do you booga with it when you are on holidays that, hey, you know me, I attend boarding school? And the first criterion college for that matter.
yes.
You booga with
Because
it.
I try to tell them
The benefits.
that it's good, it's better to be in a boarding school than to be a day student.
So if you were to be set on a podium now for this debate that they always do, which is better,
which is better, boarding or
you
day?
choose boarding definitely.
Definitely choose a boarding.
Oh, that's interesting to know.
Interesting.
That's good.
Okay, let's take it a flip now. You know, like we opened the program. I, for instance, have even experienced both. In my Form 1 or 2 years, I went to gender specific, all girls, regimented, you have to discipline to the core and all of that. And then later years, I also experienced mixed. So I could say, remember the conversation we had earlier, I could say that the gender specific was really top notch. From your own experience, do you share in that thought?
In fact,
you also say you went to
I went to a gender-specific school, but it was day. And I tell you, I love the experience.
Was that the in thing then? Because I don't understand. Now I don't see more of gender-specific schools out here.
Yes, in those days,
Yes.
we had more of mission schools, and they always have 3 schools in every community. They will have girls only, boys only, then a co-ed.
What's co-ed?
That's mixed. The co-education where we have both the boys and the girls. So for the girls, it's usually, in fact, for this gender specific, it's usually an holistic thing. It is not just about your academics, it's about your whole life. It's about they teach you everything. I could remember my first menses. It was like I had been doing it because they had taken us sincerely. In fact, I had this part that they have given me that's always in my bag. So by the day I just got back home and I was telling my mom that, mommy, this thing happened. She was like,
how do you know about it?
Because in my school then, when you get to Form 2, they have this special program for all of us. They'll just take us from 2 in those days. You know, we are still, yes.
What class?
I don't want to use the JS2 because the JS2 has been 6 years. Then it was 5 years.
Okay.
So our Form 2, they assume that at that stage, some of you are already getting to that puberty level. So they'll take all of us in Form 2 to a special place, maybe it's the laboratory or the hall, and they will bring experts to come and talk to us. They will, with a projector then, they will tell us what is happening in our
So even those years, you had enjoyed all of those facilities.
but not like this day projector. That one, it's on the wall.
That so they will project the camera on it.
They will take us to
white wall
happening in us and what will happen, and that when it happens, don't panic, and even teach us how to even use, a lot of things. These days, when I think about those experiences, it's like
we are missing out.
Reminiscing. Okay, you know what? If we allow Haja to go on, it's a story time, story.
Enjoying it.
Let's go for a break.
We'll be right back.
Right back. Gender-specific boarding school is the focus. We're talking about education generally. We're back shortly.
AIMS Media Company Limited offers media services for development of journalism, public relations, marketing, event coordination pan-Nigeria, and training. Top-notch media content comprises documentaries, talk shows, magazine and children's shows, each and all promoting family values for sustainable development. Our partners, collaborators and patrons span individuals, groups, corporate bodies, government, NGOs, UN bodies, and more. Be reassured that our studio facility will meet your yearnings of digital solutions to your broadcast content. We are peopled by board members with unblemished track records and major players in the corporate world.
Hello, it's Child Crest.
Our panache, passion, and professionalism make her the lead driver of our goal-focused team. Entrust your brands to AIMS Media Company Limited to add value to your corporate existence while meeting your target audience. www.aimsmedia.com.ng, info@aimsmedia.com.ng. Like us on our Facebook page, AIMS Media Company Limited. AIMS Media, turning your dreams into reality.
Mr. Camera. Welcome back. It's still TAP, the AIMS podcast, and of course we're talking about gender-specific boarding school. Are you in or are you in? Stay tuned. So,
Okay, before we come back to those in the studio again, our mommy has been waiting patiently. Like I said at the beginning, we'll rejoin her. But there was a question pending. Gali, tell us, in terms of academics now, what would you say you have benefited precisely as a border, as against if you were studying at home?
In terms of academics, being a boarding student, it improves my grade. And I can say, and it has really helped me being a boarder because I have prep in the nights, 8:30 to 10, sometimes in the evening around 5 to 7, and all that. And you also have the opportunity to meet teachers. If you don't understand the particular subject or a topic, they can explain to you.
Even after school hours.
Teachers are always available because almost everybody in the school surrounding are educated, and even the security staff, the security men. So you could meet maybe the matron, the bossa, or anybody if you don't understand it. Even if at all the person does not know it, they can help you go through the internet to search for it and all that.
Okay, does that make you a total student? For instance, in the area of skill acquisition, I know so long as you have gotten to JS3 afterwards, you are taught to learn some skills. Are you able to do that even as a brother?
That's only during the holiday.
Okay, now, same question. From the way we have looked at border day students and all of that, in your role as a quality assurance director or DG, what has been your takeaway? How do you see the boarding schools around now, particularly the topic that we're discussing, gender-specific ones?
Just like we have talked about the traditional setup of boarding schools. Rating them now is like asking those reasons, those motivations for boarding school. Do we still have them? Like we talk of early independence, the children we sent to the school, to boarding school now, do they actually acquire that independence? Do they feel it? Because in those days, being in the boarding school, there are certain things you must learn to do by yourself. But these days, they are already outsourced. When you go to the boarding school, you don't wash your clothes. You don't even clean your classroom. You don't clean your dorm. You don't do any of such things again. So how do these learners now learn this early independence that we talk about?
Okay, our mommy has been waiting. Our mommy has been waiting. Let's bring in now Alhaja Fatima Oyekon. Like I said before, she'll be sharing her experiences with us as a brother. Over 4 or 5 decades ago, the grandma, multiple grandma, and the pioneer head of schools, of Crescent Schools, Victoria Island, Lagos. Alhaja Oyekon, please join us, share your thoughts with us. Sorry to have kept you waiting for a long time.
Started at the age of 10. It was a missionary boarding school. It was well structured, and there was a lot of proper care, proper pastoral care. We had matrons, we had teachers who were committed, and we had leaders amongst the students. There were instances of high-handedness, but basically it was okay. It was all right. Don't talk about the food. Not too much to write home about. I need to miss home food. And we worked hard at school because sometimes you feel the absence of home, and that drove my motivation at that time I used to say, I want to finish from here quickly and go back home. So I made sure I never failed any of my exams. I really worked hard because I was in boarding school. And as our young man had said, the place is structured and you have a lot of time to do what you are supposed to do with very little distractions. So boarding school at our time was very useful. It really shaped the person that I am today. That was in my primary, from primary 3 through to 6. And then when I got into secondary school, I went to also a gender-specific mission boarding school. It's surprising that, but at that time I would say that there were not many faith-based, Islamic faith-based secondary schools or primary schools. They were either government LGA schools or missionary schools. They were few, but some of them were very good. So I was privileged to have been through two good schools in my primary and in my secondary. For the primary, it was co-educational, but the distance between the boys section and the girls section will take you some 300 meters walk. We were that far apart to get to each other. So it was not easy to just cross in and out of both sections. So it was properly guarded. And for the secondary school, it was all female at that time. It was quite useful, very useful.
Interesting. You know, let's look at it now from the point of view. Most people, those of us that are close to you, know you as a disciplinarian. The teachers that worked with you then, they know that no nonsense mama that you were. You don't take nonsense. How did this gender-specific boarding school form your thoughts in terms of discipline and the teacher, the administrator you later became?
Being alhamdulillah a Muslim and with a very strong Muslim background, that is why the boarding in the primary and boarding in the secondary, though both missionary, did not have any effect on me. We have the Muslim ethical values from home. So you know your boundaries as a girl, and with the kind of parents that one had, you better watch your steps. My father would never, in fact, as a landlord, he would not take a bachelor as a tenant. He would tell them, no, I have girls in the house. So if you needed to take accommodation in our house, you better be married, or else you won't get a place. So with that kind of environment and upbringing, you know that you have to watch your steps and do what is right. So with that, joining very early in my career as a student in secondary school, early secondary school, the MSS activities, I seem to have taken the religion quite fairly seriously, as compared to some of the girls at my age and time. And we began to learn little by little, and Islam is all about being careful between the two genders. I held on to that very firmly, very firmly, very firmly, so firmly that it's quite surprising looking back today. And I remember instances when somebody would want to speak, and I said, do you see that man standing in front of that house? That's my father. So, and it really is not my father. So the ethical values of Islam help to shape one. And becoming a teacher was not by accident, it was by choice. And I considered the teaching profession as an amana, as a pact between the parents, myself, the students in our care, and Allah above us all. So I considered it a very, very serious matter, and I took it as such. Allah helped me throughout my career, alhamdulillah.
The choice of you coming on this program has to do with the conversation that I'm privileged to. As the pioneer head of School of Crescent, there is this project ongoing regarding gender-specific boarding facility for Crescent, schools. The project, the Ajiron project. I am privileged to know that that is in the front burner. So that's why, we just thought, come and share your thoughts. If you are thinking of that, what could have next day? Because all the while you have administered a school that's co-education, girls and boys, even though presently it's a day session, Why is that conversation being considered to have a gender-specific education for the secondary? Talking of the Crescent
that
schools now
conversation
in
was on the
1004
table,
Victoria Island.
and we have looked at it over a very long period of time. Basically, it was born out of the Islamic culture that, the more specific you are gender-wise, particularly for growing up children, the better for them. So that conversation was born around that need to be specific. But having looked through this discourse very deeply and several times, I think the conversation is beginning to change in a way. We are not throwing away the whole idea. But like in Crescent schools now, presently, the girls have their classes different from the boys. As much as possible of segregation within the compound, within the school, that happens. The restrooms, while one gender is having the pool of the ones downstairs, another gender has the pool of the restrooms upstairs, as it is today, even here in our present location. So we still do a bit of the segregation in order to keep away any mishaps, as much as humanly possible. So we are changing the conversation slightly, because it has a flip side. In the days before now,
of course, our
things
viewers
were
are
not
out
so
there
expensive.
and they are showing us their hand, acting real way, and I know that you're seeing us too. So we have some comments already on our page.
Before she goes, we'll be coming back to you later on for your final thoughts, because the conversation is very, very much on here in the studio. You have some questions, comments already?
Yes, we have some comments already, especially from one of our platforms. And they said here, and I want Galip to attest to this, if you are lucky enough to have a school mother or school father, they will help you navigate and gain your feet as a newbie. Was that so? Was that the case when you first got in as a newbie in the boarding school? How did that play out? Do you have a school mother?
No, ma.
Do you have a school father?
No, ma.
Really? You are that independent, like I can do it by
Because they are
myself.
pioneer students, right? Is that true?
No,
Part of the pioneer students. You don't have a school father or mother. Those are the
Wow. Yes, now I know. Even that wasn't a bother. I know that because I know some of our cousins that were in boarding school when they came back from school for break. Then those are the things they talk about.
They
Like
come and share, come and gist. My school mother did. They take it to another level.
Yes.
My other sister's school mother, we bonded.
Wow.
She became a family. You
Family,
understand?
yes.
That's how it is.
Yes.
That's how it is.
We take it to
know
another
what is happening in
level.
boarding schools these days. I hope, Dolly, this is just about you.
Or
And
maybe
it's not what
now
is
start
happening
having
now.
a
I
No,
don't
it's
know.
because he says he's part of the pioneer.
Students.
I'm sure those coming under them now will have.
So do
So
you have
are
a
you
school
a
son
school
now?
father? Do you have a school son now?
I don't have a school son, I don't have a school daughter.
Do you intend to do so?
Maybe those are part
Are
of
you
the ethics.
interested?
Those are part of the ethics. This is a faith-based school.
How do you welcome the newbies? How do you welcome them?
I encourage my juniors, like, just try to help them in some difficult areas in terms of reading, understanding the concepts in the topic or the subject he or she has been taught, and all that. But I will say, maybe I don't have a school father or a school mother.
It's new to you. Maybe it's new to
Maybe
you.
because we are not much in my school. Maybe.
It's still okay. So you heard some of the issues Hajiya raised. You know, the issue of gender specific is being slowed down from her. Some people say that if you go to gender specific school, it makes the children timid. That this idea of self-esteem, they cannot interact, and so some people prefer that they should still coexist but obey the rules.
But I'll tell you for sure that going to gender specific school rather than make learners timid actually gives them this confidence, because you are not limited by the traditional gender roles. If it's a male gender specific school, they do all work. They work in the kitchen, they do everything. Not this one it is for girls, this one is for boys. Similarly, if it's gender specific female, they do everything. They want to climb, you see them there. They want to do engineering, you see them there. So it's not just about, I don't know how people come about that timid thing. Because the timidity does not come in at all. You are made to know your self-worth. And you are made to know that you are not validated by another gender. You are yourself. You are whole in yourself. So you don't limit yourself to I'm a female or I'm a male. You are you. You are human, and the sky is your limit. If not the
I
starting
want to
point.
share a bit of it. I mean, earlier on you said some of your offspring in body,
Yes.
and compared to when you attended school, how would you share that thought with us?
Unfortunately, I would have loved to. You know, I asked you earlier, I asked Dolly that, would you, if you had a choice, would you have chosen I? So then I would have loved to have an experience of what boarding school felt like. But some of my younger ones actually attended, as a matter of fact, my children, two of them, I put them in boarding school. But at some point I had to ask myself, was that for my own convenience or for what we are hoping to,
For the benefit of
for
the
the benefit,
children.
exactly. And like you said, the test is to ensure that whatever the reason was, it's the benefit of the children outweighs whatever convenience the parent is trying to feel like. And I saw that the school we put them in and the reason why we chose to put them there.
Galib, you are presently a boarding house student. We're talking about ethics, we're talking about morals. Share your experience with us.
For ethics and morals, it is very essential in every human or individual, especially as a learner, that you have a good morals, and as a human, you have your own ethics. So for morals, I will say in my school, I don't know about other
What is your school?
in the First Criterion College, all students are trained to be spiritually and morally sound as part of the vision of the school. And I will say, people will, or there is a proverb that says all child has the tendency of being spoiled
Or misbehave.
or misbehave, or has the tendency to
misbehave.
misbehave. But in my school, I can say it is not that way, because every step and every move you make, someone
It's been curtailed.
that the student
I
or
love
the
that.
teacher,
I love
someone
that.
is always watching.
I love that. That's
Anything,
good.
if you think, okay, if I go to
Have
this
you
place,
tried something like that before and then you were caught?
no.
But you know,
Are you
people
sure?
that were scapegoats.
You are not recalcitrant. You are still a growing child now. Haba. So every child, are you not a child? And you have fallen into that trap. Share your experience. Tell us, what was that naughty thing you did? I said, come, Gandhi, come on.
And you thought
you maintained. But yeah, share. Think fast. It's not to reprimand.
Maybe I should say, for instance, students bring their laptops to school.
Good.
So, as students,
laptop or phones?
Laptop.
Okay.
So we can just decide to watch film in the hostel, and
where do you get the data?
it will have been downloaded on the system before being into the school. But I can see the day some people were actually caught. I was not part then because I was actually sleeping and it was done in the hostel. But I didn't know anything about that. So I don't think I've ever been found one saying this kind of thing.
You're a good boy.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Good. No wonder they chose him to come and represent the
Of
school.
course. He's the one.
That's a good one.
Okay, so there was a question pending for you, right?
Yes, we are talking about the rules. And I said the school policy must be firm and they must be able to carry it through.
Yes, okay, so the follow-up question is, we know...
You did not allow me to finish with the
So you will. I just want to, because really time is no more on our side. You know, it's a conversation. Before you know it, time is gone.
That's true.
You see, I want to relate it to what we now see in our schools. I mean, as a quality assurance, which involve both public and private schools, because you go around inspecting, and we hear a lot of things on social media, this morning, bullying. Bullying. How do you relate it? You know, guys can also bully. In fact, there was one
they do. It is not that they can.
There was one that trended, you know. So how do you even relate it to this conversation we're having, both for the gender specific and even the co-educated? That's why I said,
it still goes back to those rules.
That's why I asked this,
I was talking about. So apart from the school setting, that there must be educational programs, something that will affect the learners. Like character building, bringing role models to come and speak to them, sex education, appropriate age-related, sex education, to make them know that there are certain things about me that I cannot share with another person. So that should be there. Then even the parents, they must be involved. We are in this business together. So let the parents be active with the Parents Teachers Association, or we call it Parents Forum these days. Let them also, the parents and the children, let them also sign undertakings of good moral behavior. And let them know the consequence of violation. And when those violations comes, don't let us mix the words. That is where I'm going. Don't let us mix. Don't say, this one is a great donor to the school. Or this one is the child of the principal. Or the parents, they can do, they can undo. No, it's about once you do this, these are the consequences that must follow. Okay. Then the counseling thing must also be active. Yes, it must be active in the school. The learner, you should not wait until things happen before you start talking about counseling them. We should be proactive. Yes, we should be proactive. Yes,
share your proactiveness.
Better to prevent something
exactly. So we don't wait till they miss their route before we start aligning them back.
Thank you so much, Aja. And so it is at this point that we say again, thank you so much to our viewers out there. Remember, this is a live, program. Thank you so much, and we apologize greatly for internet and also any other technicalities, difficulty that we're facing. So, of course,
share your teenage daughter's experience in boarding with us.
It's true. I have a teenage and an adolescent boy, and they had a great time. I think they went to one school at some point where they were mixed with borders. Of course, it's a mixed school. I don't see much of gender-specific schools these days. I don't see much of them these days.
Just like what Alaja said, because these days they are private. They also want to go to profit. So the pressure of parents are not making some things work. And sometimes, I would say, today's parents, we tend to be advising where we don't even have knowledge. Because that is what we have in most of our private schools. It is the parents that will be dictating what they should do and what they should not do. And instead of our educators to stand and say, we are professionals, we know what we are talking about, we tend to just feel that if they take their children now, what will happen?
Exactly. That's even one of the reasons why some of these violations are left, just to chance. Like
It boomerangs, because once a child do and gets scot-free, others want to follow.
There should be reprimand. You understand? We'll come back to share your final thoughts. If Alaja is with us now, let's say, okay.
I was telling you about my children. So the school, so they were in a school where they had access to see the borders and stuff. And at some point, they were clamoring to go to the boarding. Like, Mommy, let us also go to the boarding. I want to spend the night. Let us do weekend boarding or what. I said, my boy was just out 8 years old. No, I'm not doing. But they were eager, of course. And we also had, we know that the borders had more opportunities for more learning. This is just like Golly had experienced, and we would have loved that, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't go. Like, how can I have my children not being with me and go to boarding? But then at some point we also had to put them in another boarding school. So we moved houses, and the best school around offered only boarding because of the Quranic distance. So we enrolled them there, and it was interesting. They had fun. And like you said, during visiting days and stuff, we went as a party. There was a time when my brother got back from the UK. Oh yeah, join us. We are going to the children's school. So we all went there together. It was fun for all of them.
My children's days, we won't take their grandma. So please come. So they don't feel that they miss so much, because everything we do at home, we try to bring to them on the visiting day.
And also one of the things Galib said, that some of the things they miss, food especially, So what we do is sometimes we randomly, ensure that, can they get some snacks for them and stuff. We speak with their own house master or whatnot, and they're able to.
But in those days, even those ones are not allowed.
These ones are allowed today.
Everything could be brought on the visiting day. And they even have some contrabands that you cannot bring.
Yes.
Like sweets in my children's school.
They call it contraband. How were we going to miss that? Some of my nieces that went to boarding, they will buy cornflakes and pad it with other things that are not allowed.
They still do it today. My daughter did it.
So they have this contraband. Sweets is part of the contraband. So what we do is, even when I take sweets, you lick before we go. And I don't buy it in excess. Just for you to have a feel and
okay, let's go for another short break. We're back to conclude this conversation. And of course, share your thoughts too before we round off the conversation. Back. It is TAP, the AIMS podcast. Before we go, let's bring in our mommy again, Alaja Yoyekon, to give her final thoughts on this conversation. Just about 1 or 2 minutes. Thank you. Let's hear you. Final thoughts.
Yes, for my final thoughts, I'll have them too. Number one, for the parents, we should know that the choice of school for our children, either it's a boarding, it's a gender specific, it's day, let us always ensure that it is the interest of the child that is primary.
Not selfish from our end.
Not
Convenience.
selfish, not that I just want to be free. Let them just go so that I can relax. No, it should be in the interest of the child. So you must consider the maturity of the child. You must consider the nature of that child, and even the school that you are taking there.
Even health status.
The health status. Then you must also know that either day, boarding, or gender specific, there are supports that the school require from parents beyond funding. Beyond funding. Don't let just mean it's about money, because we know boarding houses are more expensive than they, of course, because the children are there 24/7. But we should also realize that there are some supports that the school require from us as parents that is beyond funding. Because if we don't give it, if the child feels that you have just abandoned him or her there, the tendency is that he or she
withdrawn,
will not
low self-esteem,
and rather than to achieve the best from the environment,
Zero level
it is
again.
the opposite. And that's why you have a lot of them getting rebellious. So we must caution ourselves.
To go home sometime.
Then for the child too, from the perspective of the child, parents, so what do we do? Let us, what we want the peer to tell them, let us encourage the peer to learn it. Like I always tell people that I am my children's friends, best friends, because I know my children will listen to them. So I want to influence what they will tell my child.
That's interesting.
Yes, when you identify, so person is your best friend, be closer to that person.
Thank you, Aja. We appreciate you. Garlib, anything you have to say? You want to counsel people either in the body?
Just 1 minute, Garlib.
I would say number one, before taking a child to a gender specific school, what is the background? The background also matters. For example, me, I come from a home where everybody in the house are male. The only female in my house is my mom.
Oh, wow.
Then, how would it have been if I was taken to a
Gender specific.
just then? Now I'm moving to SST, then 5 minutes I'm going to the higher institution, and there we don't have a institution that
Gender specific.
Garlib is such a smart boy.
so
Wow.
you have to go with both boys and girls.
Girls.
So in that
That's
sense,
where the timidity and stuff.
Yeah.
Low self-esteem.
So,
and
Miss
stuff.
Jones,
when you see
just
girls around you,
obey the rules.
You don't be there like this. You be there like
who are
this.
these people? So, and
I like that.
I would say Allah has created us according to what
I hear there's a question on it.
For you too, but viewers,
Thank you
we
very
see
much.
you. Thank you so much.
Garlib Shofewa, the first Criterion College. You're welcome. And then, of course, Aja, Amida, Sani, Modupe Olasani, Mojisha Olasani. Of former acting DG, or retired acting DG.
This is a topic I would love us to come back on,
okay.
especially the gender-specific aspect, and what do we need to do to probably bring them back.
Time is gone.
Yes.
I hear that our mommy wants to talk briefly. Just give us final thoughts, please. Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Amina. I think whether gender specific or co-educational, parents have got to live up to their expectations today. Things have moved from when we were little or from the last 20 years or 30. There is a lot of competing parents out there. The phone, the social media, parents have got to be more alive to being parents. They have to be very intentional, they have to be very purposeful, and they should not live